Well, good morning. Since time is a human construct, we will just say that Jack is not late because time isn't real. Right? Oh, I got something extra going on here. Hang on, let me fix that up. There we are. All right, replace all divots on the course, right? Well, welcome to the Jack Henke Show for a Monday, May 22nd, 2023. I am not in the studio today. I am in the satellite studio here in Saukville, the Saukville Satellite Studio, and we are ready to roll for a Monday. Hope you all had a fine weekend. I had a 3-day weekend, which was kind of wonderful. I took Friday off, and that was cool. Got a lot of yard work started. I didn't get it done, but I got started. And hacked away at the lawn, and that was nice. But anyway, that was all good. What else? What else is going on? Well, I'll tell you what's going on. I'm just throwing you in here. I assured our audience that time is a human construct and you're not late, so it's good. You didn't even know what I said, so that's even better.
It is better for everyone.
Absolutely. No, they heard it. They heard it. They know what I said about you. They know.
You see my name?
I do. I believe you could also change that to fake news.
Oh!
Yeah.
All right, you play the theme yet, Mr. On Time?
Play the theme yet? No, I don't. I don't make little.
Come on, we got a big show today. We got.
Yeah, we got a big show today. I've been gearing up for a long time.
Dr. Jim is joining us. Dr. Jim Bone. We love him.
We do.
He was on the show back in the live days.
Yeah, he was.
He came in studio a couple of times.
He did. He came.
And we had him on when he was fighting COVID that other time. He's a trooper, man.
He is. Yes, we brought him on when we were at the height and or depths of COVID. So
the zenith.
Yes, that too.
What's the opposite of the zenith? An anus?
Theme. Yeah, this theme. Here we go.
Here's Jack. Here's Jack. Here's Jack. Here's Jack. Here's Jack.
Right here, Breakfast of Champions. This show right here.
It is. I've never read that book. Any good?
Yeah, if you like Vonnegut. If you don't like Vonnegut, you won't like it. It doesn't get much more Vonnegut than that.
Vonnegutish?
Yeah, exactly. Vonnegutian, I think they call it.
Vonnegutian? Okay. I get it. Lots going on today. We got to get rolling, man. Where you been? I'm enjoying my first, I just home brewed some Java House Italian roast.
Oh, yeah?
Little whipped cream. We had a rough weekend this weekend. Blackie had one of his long seizures.
Ooh.
So we were like for a day and a half. And Blackie's not doing well when you make coffee. And when he's doing well, as soon as he hears the coffee thing being poured, the last thing, he gets up and runs into the kitchen because he knows I always put whipped cream.
Because he knows bakery might be involved.
No, whipped cream. So then he's right there, man.
Yeah.
I couldn't interest him in whipped cream. He was so miserable. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
But he's out of it. He came through. It was rough though. It was a rough weekend. But one thing that would make your weekend would be volunteering at Mr. Bob's every weekend. I mean, I checked. They didn't need any helpers this week, but you should always keep checking. They really need help. And one of our super fans of the show, besides Russ Meyer, the other one,
we have two. Victoria
Kingsbury sent a thing about they had just shared at their school about what do you get out of donating, why donating is good for you. It uplifts your spirits, taking us out of our own heads when things are tough and allowing us to feel good about what we're doing. It's good for your health. There are actually stats to cite this. And I would say this, depending on if you want to get a workout at Mr. Bob's, you can get a workout there. I am sweating out of there, man. Moving stuff and folding tables and running around. It's really good. And it's contagious. Your kids may see or hear about it. And then you kind of set the tone for them, which your kids could use a positive role model, for God's sakes. Volunteer, would you? It also cultivates gratitude. So there. Check out Mr. Bob's underthebridge.org. Tonight is drop-off night, 4 to 6 p.m. at Mr. Bob's. What else about Mr. Bob's? What do you got?
It's brilliant. Do it.
All right. That helps.
There you go.
We talked about Java House coffee being the best, the finest. Oh, it's so good.
Finest in the land. Keeping sailors awake since 1922.
Caffeinating Cedarburg for like 20 years or something like that.
Yeah.
Mel's coming up on June 10th. Can you believe June starts next week?
I'm ready. Bring it.
Do you like summer? What's your season?
I like them all. No, I don't. No. There's
You
no
are a
favorite season.
wishy-washy
Well,
milk
no,
toast.
because
I like them all.
a favorite season would mean that I do things. But like in winter, I'm usually watching movies, and in summer, I tend to watch movies. And in fall, I like to read a book and watch some movies. So as you can see, there's not a lot of variance in the seasons.
So you've heard about this phenomenon called changing of the seasons.
I've watched from my window, yes. I have here in the satellite studio of Saukville watched seasonal change.
Defenders of Wisconsin will say, I love the change of seasons. Bulldogs like, I've heard of the change of seasons.
I've heard good things. Yeah.
I've heard good things. Jesus Christ.
I've read an article about them. I think in the news graphic there, Yeah.
Today is National Vanilla Pudding Day.
Barf.
What? Boy, you are just Mr. Scrooge this morning.
Well, if you mentioned
I should call you Mr. Juge instead of Mr. Scrooge.
If you had mentioned any other pudding, I would have been overjoyed. But unfortunately,
overjoyed. Well, just wait; it gets better.
Oh, good.
Did you know puddings were not always a dessert, but in fact were a sausage-like meat dish?
A sausage-like
meat dish. And these next few sentences, let's see if you can put it together. It immediately made me think of a certain business in Cedarburg,
all right,
on the main street.
Uh-oh.
And so the dish was common in the Middle Ages, and traditional pudding has evolved a great deal. The original ingredients included milk, sugar, and fish or meat.
God, nothing. I love when you can mix fish and milk. Nothing's better than fish milk. That's the quick and the Ovaltine that didn't go through.
Of course, we have come a long way since then, and the thought of consuming a meat-based pudding is off-putting in its own right. From the meat pudding, this dish became a dessert and then finally transformed into the jelly-based blah, 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 blah. You know what? It occurred to me when I was reading this, I know where they came up from the name for this horrible name for a business on Washington Avenue in Cedarburg.
Creamy Pig.
Yes!
Yeah, they're
pig. They should just call it pig pudding.
They're fighting back. I saw that because they seem to be kind of MIA for the back half of winter.
They heard about the change of seasons. They want to go watch it from their window.
Yeah, they wanted to give you some fish milk.
They Oh.
Let me mix my salmon up in my milk here.
Didn't Dan Aykroyd blend fish? That's Bassomatic.
Yeah. Yep.
Can you imagine? Oh, for God's sakes.
Fish milk.
Oh, God, meat. So anyway, they're fighting back. All right.
Yeah.
The word pudding came from the French word boudin, which means sausage.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, boy.
To the good, have you ever had a drink called a paloma?
I have not. No.
I've heard of them.
Yeah.
It's made with grapefruit, soda, tequila, and some lime. It's long been the national drink of Mexico, not margaritas, Mexico. It symbolizes peace. It's World Paloma Day, and it helps you eat the spiciest food. Speaking of food.
So if I go to Paris and order chocolate pudding, they're going to give me a chocolate sausage.
Liquefied.
Perfect.
Or pureed. Is pureed the right word? I would like some pureed pig, please.
Nothing's more romantic than puree and puree.
It kind of reminds me, there's a classic Saturday Night Live skit when Michael Bublé was the guest singer and John Hamm was the guest host, and they mocked up this restaurant called Ham and Bubbly, and it served champagne with chunks of ham in the glasses.
Oh, love it.
It's a classic. Ham and Bubbly. It was great. You should have been with me yesterday.
Oh, yeah?
Yes. Can you imagine this combo? Me driving in Chicago.
Okay.
Downtown. You can imagine how I am in Seabrook.
I see trouble already. Go ahead. Already my ears hurt.
It started off badly enough because I hardly got any sleep the night before because of Blackie's condition. So I was ornery.
Early and driving in the loop.
Yes. Yes.
Oh,
Yes. Every time. Oh, it felt so good. There were other people honking and flipping and doing all this stuff.
Very cleansing, very
I said,
cleansing.
my people,
Yeah,
my people. I have no my people.
Definitely relevant.
Every time I almost got into a altercation, I
Kind
thought,
of bender.
Bulldog should be here. That's who should be here. Bulldog should be here with
We
me.
should do a show from the loop. I'll just sit there with my microphones, and for 60 minutes, you'll
60 minutes. Yeah, man. And have you tried? Are you a chicken nugget fan? Do you like chicken nuggets?
I'll eat them.
That doesn't sound very like a ringing
I
endorsement.
don't love them. I mean, I guess I'm always a little disturbed by the fact that chickens don't naturally come in nugget form, a la Dr. Ben.
Yeah. Now you're gonna pull out acting like Dr.
Dr.
Ben.
Ben thing, yeah, yes.
Next thing I know, you're gonna say that meat shouldn't be in pudding.
My
God's sakes.
kids used to like dino nuggets. I said, "Oh
Yes!
yes, it's wonderful. Yeah, it's wonderful that chickens naturally are shaped
Shit,
like
they shit out-
brontosaurus and Rodan."
They shit out brontosaurus.
No.
Multiple brontosauri.
You
That
sure?
would be, yeah. Oh, yeah. Anyway, KFC's new nuggets are selling like hotcakes.
Oh,
You've
yeah?
heard of Kentucky Fried? They of all the places, they finally have chicken nuggets.
Oh, they've always had some
No,
sort of nugget.
no.
Really?
Well, they've had popcorn,
Right.
call it popcorn
yeah,
chicken.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
but the nuggets are selling so fucking well.
Another
that
natural chicken form popcorn. Yes.
I like some popcorn chicken,
Yes.
and I'll like a little dessert of salmon pudding.
You can have a leg, a wing, a breast, or a popcorn.
When you put it like that, I definitely take the popcorn.
There you go.
But they're selling so well that they've knocked popcorn chicken off the menu at KFC.
Wow, really? You can't even get it.
Are you a KFC guy?
Oh, sure.
I mean,
I don't trust anyone who isn't. Anyone who tells me they're not are lying.
well,
They're just lying.
no, I don't know. I kind of am.
Well, it's terrible for you, and it's
that's not the
but
point. I mean,
but it's-
okay, do you get original recipe or the extra crispy?
It's been a long time. You can't even find the damn places in Ozaki anymore. But
I
I
was
would
gonna
say
say.
I do get original recipe for the sole reason that extra crispy is actually just a little too much for me.
Really?
I just can't do it. No. I don't feel sick, but I feel weird afterwards.
You get the extra crispy, and there's the big chunks, and then you,
Yes.
and then you pull it off, and this stuff is you wonder what is that? Is that actual really skin? And then you go, I'm eating skin. Ah! You flesh-eating bastard!
The Dr. Hannibal Lecter menu. Yes.
Exactly.
Go ahead, Clarice. Put the chicken in the basket.
Drop the fries in the fryer. Put the chicken in the basket. Okay, we should bring Amy.
Which is a great cracker, by the way. Chicken in a basket.
No.
Chicken and a biscuit.
Oh no.
Have you ever had chicken and a biscuit crackers?
No.
What?
Do they taste like chicken?
Yeah, I don't know what they.
What does that mean?
They
What
taste
is
like.
what is yeah?
They taste
Yeah.
Like, it tastes like something.
Oh, well, usually things do. So does meat pudding
I
taste like
wouldn't
something?
call it chicken exactly. But they're so good. That's an awesome 70s holdover. What you gotta do is you have to have chicken and a biscuit crackers and wash it down with Clamato juice.
Oh. Oh.
Or a dunk.
Oh.
Okay, fine, I'll get you beef amato. You're kosher.
Boy, yesterday I did. You know they're good. They have burnt Cheez-Its. It's the only kind of Cheez-Its I'll eat.
Burnt.
Yeah. Do you ever saw? Remember we talked? Yes.
I know, but I mean, I didn't know they just flat out called them burnt.
Yeah. It's
Well,
their favorite. It's the biggest seller.
Really?
Yes. It says so on the package.
I like mine rare. I don't want
You are rare.
I don't want them burnt.
What? Oh, don't knock them till you tried them.
That's bad for you. All that that's carcinogenic.
Oh yeah, the regular Cheez-Its are a healthy, wholesome, healthy snack. Does it come in a box, Jack? Is that as Dr. Ben would say? So calmly, so coolly. And is Cheerio, is Oat Crunch Cheerio with whole grain? Is that built? Does it come in a box? Jack, does it come in a box? If it comes in a box, walk away. Walk away. I'll walk away with a triple pack of Oat Crunch.
Hey,
Cheerios
Dr.
for
Ben, I'm
God's
taking my vitamin D. Does it come in a box? It did originally, yes. It also is in a bottle. I don't know. Anyway.
So bring on AJ. He's got a short segment here. We had a big announcement at 8:25.
8:25 is when it's going down. All right.
Yeah.
I'll be here.
Well, you would. Damn right you will.
I'll be near the coffee maker, but I'll.
No, you got to be here for that.
All right, I'll come back at 8:24.
Look.
AJ Bikini in the house.
Morning, fellas. Morning.
How are you, sir?
I will begin the show today by saying I was right.
Join the club.
You sound every show.
Yeah, you sound like Bulldog. Either you start off by saying I was right like that, or you come on like this whipped puppy because your team just got smoked.
Did I or did I not predict 2-4 before the road trip?
I think that was the number you threw out there. Yes.
Yes, it was correct, and I was right on the money.
You said 4-2.
No, I said 2-4.
No, yeah, that flipped. They pulled one out yesterday, but I don't know. I feel like the Rays were like, just give him one. This is bad.
Yeah,
It doesn't look good. It's a bad look for us if we keep slaughtering these poor bastards.
Right. And actually, theoretically, they could have won the first game too.
Right. True. Yeah.
But
yeah, they could have. When it was 0-0 in the first inning, it was really close then.
Hey, it was 1-0 in the 8th. I was happy with that.
It wasn't a complete disaster, that's for sure.
It was a complete disaster.
All right, Jack. Jack disagrees.
All right, Jack. Just like I'll tell you this though: the 2-3-0 series are kind of disappointing. For me,
Why? They're beautiful.
No, lack of compelling drama.
No. This is wonderful. This is just great to see those Celtics stewing in their own shit juice. This is wonderful.
Wow. That sounds like vanilla pudding.
Yes.
Well, Jack's coming up firing on Monday.
No. I'm glad you're here, AJ. I've been dealing with this for about 17 minutes now. He's still in the loop driving, as far as I'm concerned.
I like this.
He's all yours. I gotta get some coffee. I'll be back.
Get back at 8:24. What's going on with you, AJ?
Oh man, busy week. Off today, but a busy week, man.
You're off?
Yes, I was off yesterday and today.
All right. And how was the weekend sports-wise for you?
Yeah, good.
How was training for you?
Excellent. My boss is amazing. She's amazing. Shout out to Bree. And Rob. They're both amazing. And it was excellent.
Are they amazing for any other reason besides that they put up with you?
No.
Oh, that's a pretty big reason to be amazing.
No, actually, it was cool. I went to a training early. And my boss, Bree, she's really cool. She went to lacrosse and is from Green Bay. She works for the Chinooks. She's like, "Hey, buddy." I'm like, What's up? She's like, "You don't really have to be here. You're a returner."
What if you didn't get it right last year?
She's like, "Do you know what you're doing?" I'm like, "Yep." She's like, "Okay, cool."
So that was it?
She's like, "Here's your shirt. Here's your sweatshirt. You can leave now."
Did you?
I did.
What? You didn't stick it out? You didn't go over and above for the Chinooks? You schnuck.
No. I started, but I do get the opening day assignment, which be good.
Oh, excellent. What's the countdown opening day, AJ?
What's today?
Today is Monday the 22nd.
10 days.
10 days. Okay. And how many games is in a Chinook season?
The whole season is 72.
72. Okay. Do you get a full 36 at home?
Yeah, we do get a full 36.
Are you on duty for every home game?
I can be, but I'm not going to be this year because I have a lot of camp commitments.
Oh, you're big timing them.
No.
You start getting big, and then this is what happens.
No. I can't. You can be, but you're not. There's about 55 employees. There's 55 interns plus ice cream, plus other food people. So you're not always going to get every game. So
okay. Do you know that my daughter Margot was an intern there? Was an intern there?
Was
she?
Yeah,
like two summers ago. Yeah.
Oh, I must have just missed it then.
Lucky you. What's going on? All right, so that's you. Do you have a big week this week?
Yes. I have the race this week.
Oh, that's a Saturday, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
In Fond du Lac.
Yes, sir.
And if someone wanted to find out about it and perhaps go to it and cheer you on, how would they do that? Where is there a website they can go to, AJ?
Search Salute to the Troops Run in Fond du Lac.
Okay, Salute to the Troops Run. I'll have to put an announcement like that. That's great. And it's going to be you and your brothers?
Yep, me, my brothers, and my brother's wife Hannah.
And they're going to take turns pushing.
Yes, yes. And I'm in charge of music. So
Oh no.
Yeah.
Couldn't you get somebody with some taste, for God's sakes?
Yeah, there's a lot of Nelly and stuff going on.
Oh no. Nelly. All right. So that's what time does that start, AJ? Do you know?
7 in the morning.
7 in the morning. And it's a half a marathon, right?
Yes, sir.
13.1.
Yes.
That's fantastic. Do you go near any lakes?
No, I don't use my normal power chair. I use a race chair.
Right, but there's a lake in Fond du Lac, isn't there?
I think so. I'm not sure the course route though.
Okay. All right. So it's Salute to the Troops half marathon on Saturday. Saturday is going to be? That'll be the 27th.
Yes.
Today's 22nd. Okay.
So,
excellent.
Also, I got a trip to Mel scheduled for tomorrow. So I'll be there tomorrow afternoon.
Mel's got a big thing coming up. That ultra marathon is coming up.
Yeah,
June 10th.
I think they raised. I saw a post from Zach the other day. They raised $5,600 already.
Whoa, that's great. Good.
So,
Love to hear that.
yeah, so it's good. It's
Okay.
good. But sports-wise, we got a big week this week.
What's going on?
We got the Stros coming to town this weekend.
Ooh.
This week.
How are they doing? Have they righted their ship? They started off so. Is Altuve playing yet, AJ?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
All
right.
I know that Texas is leading the division though.
Okay.
And Oakland's like 10-35.
Okay. Well, the Texas thing is huge. That's
Yeah.
that's nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
All right.
But yeah, so we got a big week. We got game 4 of the Nuggets sweep tonight.
God, I hope they sweep them.
I'm gonna call it the Nuggets sweep because that series looked over as of Saturday night. So
I mean, I like Darvin Ham, but it's his fault for going there.
yeah. I agree.
All right. What else?
Let's see. What else we got?
It's 8:24. You got 30 seconds.
Oh, I got 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if I'll send you the clip, Jack. But Owen Miller was interviewed by Matt Menzel, the voice of the Chinooks.
He was. Oh, okay. Yeah, send it. I saw Owen Miller steal a base the other day.
Yeah, he's on a 14-game hitting streak right now.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'll send you the clip. It's a video of Owen being interviewed by Matt Menzel, who's the voice of the Chinooks.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah, I'll send you the clip right after the show.
All right. Now, AJ, you stick here. You stay on, but it's 8:25, and we have a major announcement. Unfortunately, it's coming from a rather dubious source, because it is. Well, I guess the best way to describe her is my least hated Homestead Highlander.
That's a good way to
Be right. I spent money on this.
You spent money because I shamed you. You said you've looked at it for months and then you wouldn't buy it. You're like, man.
Somebody spent money on Jack's writing.
That's right. Somebody spent money on Jack's writing. Are you done with it yet, Maggie?
I just got it on Saturday, so
okay, that's 2 days ago.
I haven't even opened it, honestly.
Oh God.
I'll be on. I mean, I bought it. That's really all that matters, isn't it?
So Maggie, there's we actually have we have a guardian. We have a guardian devil test. When you're done, it is 50 true false, multiple choice, and then 3 essays. So you'll be fine.
I'll be fine.
Look at you're getting a look from Maggie. Her screen froze and she's giving you the look of the
That's a
screen.
great look, by the way. That was awesome.
All right, Maggie is here with a big announcement. It's like there have been so many big announcements that happen here on this show, but it's hard to keep track of them all. But I think this
Yes.
one trumps all of them. Maybe, I don't know. So Maggie and I were having lunch together the other day, right?
We were.
At Rotary, and
Mhm.
and I expressed some opinions that she started taunting me about, calling me
Yeah.
anti-patriotic.
I did. True.
And then the devil in the devil in Maggie came out, and she threw out an idea, which I initially scoffed at. Which scoffing's unusual for me, so it's not my
Jack
thing.
has a black belt in scoffing.
So Maggie, why don't you take it from here with the big announcement is?
Well, sure. We've been, for those of you who don't know, Cedarburg has what we like to call the largest 4th of July parade and celebration on the day of the actual holiday in probably, we like to say maybe at least southeastern Wisconsin, possibly southern Wisconsin. We like to show off that we bring about 10,000 people to downtown Cedarburg on the 4th of July to watch our awesome parade. And this year,
Drink vodka and lemonade.
I will not condone that. It is however, but yeah, we are thrilled that the chamber gets to run our awesome parade, and we always love it every year. And it's a big thing for us and a big undertaking. And what I was telling Jack is that he was saying that he doesn't enjoy our parade. So of course I had to come up with every reason as to why that would be possible. And I said, well, what if I made you the grand marshal of the parade? We don't have one, but maybe if I created one and made one, then would you come to the parade? And he said no.
He scoffed.
He said, well, that's it. I'm done with you. Whatever, eat your lunch, and I'll order your book like a nice person and move on with my life. But then I started getting these texts from Jack going, were you serious about that? Like, well, yes. So we have decided at the chamber that we're going to start a grand marshal program where we can, where the public can nominate grand marshals each year, whether they are, figures of interest or cool community members. But this year we decided, because it's the inaugural year, we were going to make Jack Henke and the Jack Henke Show our grand marshal. So who's calling? The media already?
Wow.
No, that's my group home phone there.
AJ, get it under control.
AJ, you get to be the grand marshal at our 4th of July parade in Cedarburg with Jack and Bulldog, I think.
Beautiful.
Yes.
If
Amazing.
you're willing, and we'd love to have you.
Wow.
That's awesome.
My only fear is that, have you seen Jack drive? If he's the head of the parade, he may actually take the parade will only last like 12 minutes because he'll step on the gas and everyone will be sprinting through Cedarburg to keep up with the Grand Marshal. It's crazy.
True. That's a problem.
Maggie, it can't be worse than my driving.
Probably true. I'll give you that. You're not right in the front, so you do. We obviously have to have our military and our fire department and our police department, and the reason why we're there to begin with. We of course will put them where they belong, rightfully so, right in the beginning. But then when all the fun stuff starts, we might, we'll put you by the kids who decorate their bikes with crepe paper. I'm not sure where we'll
Maybe
put
they'll
you
decorate
at.
Jack.
I'm not
You
sure
said
where
you said near the front, so it'd be over quickly.
we'll-
Also, one thing I did say about the parade is Patty Galoon Hansen and Mr. Wonderful Mike Hansen do a fantastic job emceeing that son of a gun every year, don't they?
They do.
They're fabulous.
They do. Yes, we have a VIP tent, which is just in front of City Hall, and we are lucky to have the two of them. What are you laughing at now?
You said if you do it, you could sit in the VIP tent, and I remember I said, "That's all right. I've seen the other VIPs."
They're all lovely people. They're all fun. And the other VIPs we sometimes donate seats in that tent to local organizations so they can raise money in auctions and things like that. So
Excellent.
there's lots
So-
of fun people in that tent.
Yeah, and well, this would be a great thing. We're gonna talk to the agent already about this. AJ, he was in on this, and he thinks we'll get some kind of truck decorated up so that you can ride in the back of it. And Bulldog said we should highlight some of the. And Maggie, you got to tell us. I know Mel's has their own entry every year, but others like Advocates or Mr. Bob's, we'll make signage and to benefit our other nonprofits whom we love, Blossom IDD, all that do such a great job, make our community what it is. So, see, I'm a nice guy, Maggie. What do you think of that?
You are a nice guy. I knew that, Jack. I never disputed that.
No buyer's remorse.
Nice, but misguided in your patriotism.
I've already got a line on a red, white, and blue tie dye. I'm gonna be happy. Keith Reese says Maggie D is the best. You got a fan out there, another fan, more fans.
We love Keith.
We do. In spite of himself, we love him.
True. I saw him last week at the Stilt House. He's in town.
Oh, excellent.
Or he was. Maybe he's trying to stay incognito. Then don't go to the Stilt House. Anyway.
Keith,
we should
never ever do that.
No. Yeah.
Yep.
So,
yeah, that's going to be.
Thank you for being willing. I don't know if you knew you're willing yet, but you are willing.
No, that's perfect. I love it.
This is huge. This is great.
This is huge. AJ is not so big time. He's not big in timing us on this at all.
No.
And Maggie, for other years, people are going to be able to nominate people to be the Grand Marshal, right? This is going to be a big deal for you.
We're going to try to make it one. A lot of communities do Grand Marshal type things where they, find someone in the community, whether it's nominated by the public or someone the organizing group thinks is worthy. But we'll probably do some sort of nomination, see if we can get some interest behind it, and then it'll turn into hopefully something that we can grow in the future.
It'll be so big it'll turn into a scandal. People will be paying off hush money to get other people not involved. But this year it's clean. Yeah.
I was doing some research as much as I don't know why, but I looked up the term Grand just because I was curious to see. And obviously there's, people, marshals, or sometimes, they run the whole thing or they're in charge of the lineup or whatever. But
isn't that what's happening here?
No.
Yeah!
But like there were a lot of stories where it was like, so and so steps down because they're getting threats and things like. I mean, it's just yikes.
Yeah.
It's just a parade, people. Calm down.
There's a great. Speaking of books and literature, there's an awesome Garrison Keillor book called Liberty, and the entire thing is about a Grand Marshal of the Lake Wobegon 4th of July parade, and it's really funny. And it's everything you said. And this guy actually, who is Cliff Bunsen of Bunsen Motors, is the Grand Marshal. He actually brings in CNN to cover it, but then all the old ladies say, "Oh, this is getting too big. Why are we having CNN here? This is not appropriate." It becomes a feeding frenzy. So so read it after the parade. Read it on July 5th. Don't read it before.
I will. Yes. Nothing can stop me on the 4th. Hard to believe how quick it's coming up, though. We're almost in June, and I mean it's coming. So if your listeners are interested in being a part of the parade, it is registration's open on cedarburg.org. So do it now. It's open until June 16th.
Maggie, what about people who would like to donate to the running of the parade? It ain't cheap to put on a parade. How do they do that?
We have a lot of really generous sponsors, so we thank them automatically. The Olson's Piggly Wiggly is kind enough to offer us their roundup opportunity at their Cedarburg store in June.
Excellent.
So if you are shopping at the Pig in Cedarburg, you have the opportunity to round up, and that goes straight towards our parade. A lot of
Grand Marshal. Doesn't it go right to the Grand Marshal?
No. Maybe in the future years. Yeah. You put me on the spot on this one. I haven't really thought much chance to put anything together for you, but So maybe
Yeah.
you'll get a gift basket with like a chamber koozie or something.
There you go.
Maggie,
Yeah.
seeing your expression when I asked that question is all the payment I need.
My face freezing. I'm sorry. So anyway, yeah, we
she's darking out on us. Keith Reed is right for once. He said, "Shop the pig, people." He's right. Bring
It's
it.
very true. Yeah, I mean, support the people who support us, and some of these businesses are true partners in the community. Can I just give another little plug for that real quick?
Of course.
Go ahead. You already started.
Our State of the Community, which
Oh,
is
yes.
our State of the Community breakfast, a Cedarburg snapshot, is on Tuesday, June 13th. And registration for that is open now. So that's at the Ozaki Pavilion. And we have 5 wonderful community advocate sponsors for that this year. Levy and Levy Attorneys at Law, Olson's Piggly Wiggly, Port Washington State Bank, Washington House Inn, and Zern Building Products and Design. So
Nice.
5 of these really great Cedarburg-centric businesses have come together to sponsor. It's $20 per person. You get really great breakfast from Miss Molly's Catering. So
Ooh, donuts? She bringing donuts?
I don't know. I don't think so. We'll see.
Okay.
Maybe.
Anything she makes is wonderful. It won't matter.
Yeah, she does it. She's really good. And so we're excited to have her. And we hear from the city of Cedarburg, the town of Cedarburg, and the school district. So you have an opportunity also to submit questions to those 3 panelists if you are interested. There's a link on cedarburg.org.
There you
So
go.
we'd love to see you if you
Excellent.
can come.
Great. Yeah, that's only 2 weeks from Tuesday, Meg.
I know I better start writing my stuff.
You better. Okay, cool. Well, excellent. Thanks for the opportunity. It's great.
Yeah, it's exciting. Wonderful.
Yeah.
You thought you could throw this out and not have it come back and bite you, but it did because I came back. I circled back.
I knew I could get you.
That's what she said.
No.
Oh wow.
You want to stay the Grand Marshal? Enough of that.
You're going to get Grand Marshal timeout.
I know. I can tell you what's grand.
Save your receipt, Maggie. You're going to want a refund. You're going to want a refund.
I'm regretting this already. Okay, help me.
So who's his understudy? Who do you have in the wings?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to find somebody quick.
Someone less controversial, like Donald Rumsfeld.
All of our posters will say the Grand Marshal is, and then have big X through the Jack. And I'll just say AJ of the Jack Henke Show. That's who the understudy is.
Oh my god.
We'll keep him under control.
Yes.
It'll be fine.
We always
Great.
do.
It'll be great. All right.
Wonderful.
I can behave for a month.
Good.
30 days, maybe 29. We're not sure.
July 5th, it's all back to normal.
That's going to party like a son of a bitch. I'll tell you.
Maybe this is excellent because July 5th is the 1-year anniversary of me on the show.
Oh, that's
right.
That's true.
Excellent.
Absolutely.
I remember
Excellent.
that. Very
Excellent.
good.
Fantastic.
Well, we can mark that with your signage too.
All right.
Excellent.
Fantastic. Actually, we're working on that now. My kid's putting together the AJ addendum to our usual logo, so that'll work out well. Yeah,
Awesome.
we're good.
Beautiful.
Very
gonna-
cool.
It's going to turn into a graphic novel. AJ is going to be a hero.
It could
Yeah.
be. Yeah, we talked about that. Absolutely.
Yeah,
So,
right, exactly.
well, Maggie, I'm sure you have a million Cedarburg-based things to do. So it's Monday. Hit the ground running. Thank you so much. Thanks for coming on the
thanks,
show, and nice to see you. And thanks for the opportunity.
We'll see you guys soon. Thanks,
Betcha.
AJ.
All right.
Jack. Thanks, everyone.
All right. Take care, Maggie. See you around.
Tuesday, June 13th, community breakfast. See what's happening in Cedarburg. Talk to Maggie.
Yes,
right.
Get signed up. Go.
come to it. It'll be great.
All
Have
right.
a good day, guys.
All right.
Take care,
Thanks,
Maggie.
thanks
Bye-bye.
Maggie. See ya.
Yeah.
Maggie Dobson of your
Excellent.
Cedarburg Chamber.
Excellent, fellas. Thank
Big
you.
stuff. Big stuff. Oh my gosh.
Also, fellas, I almost forgot, Jack. You want to save the discussion on the 23rd for tomorrow, or you want to discuss?
Yeah,
that?
let's save it because we have a guest coming on. Dr. Jim Bone is coming on to talk about not promote. Well, both. His new book is coming out. He's a genius, so we got to get him on to talk.
All right, awesome. Well, I will see you guys tomorrow.
All right,
Okay.
AJ.
We'll talk 23rd. Put it up. We'll do that before sports tomorrow, AJ. Okay.
20. Yeah. 20.
Okay.
Good.
All right.
Have a good
Great.
Monday, sir. We'll see you
Yeah.
around. Yep.
Have a good
AJ
Monday.
McKinney with sports. Maggie Dobson from the chamber. What a Monday this is. Holy cow. And now we have a real life doc.
Yes.
All right. This is Dr. Jim Bone, who will, let's just bring him in. I can't introduce.
Yes.
He's a
I can.
PhD or a
He's-
Here we go. Dr. Jim.
Hey, and a hell of a musician. Are you muted?
Uh-oh. Let's see. Do we have some muting problems? Dr. Jim, we're going to need some audio from you. What's going on? Let's see here. Making sure it's not on my end. Nope.
Isn't there a thing on your own screen that you can
Yeah, there is an audio. So, Dr. Jim, if you go to settings, and then it'll bring up general, camera, audio, virtual background. Go to audio and make sure your audio is toggled on to us.
Where is the settings thing, Bulldog?
It is at the bottom traditionally. I mean, I'm looking at the master screen here. So I don't know if people who dial in get a different look or not. Oh, let me see here. So it's you at the bottom. You'll see mute, stop cam, settings, present.
How about that?
There you go. Hey, there he is. All right, Jim, welcome.
Guys, how are you? By the way, you said something about me being a genius, Jack. Would you do my eulogy?
Are you here to make an announcement?
He does mine every Monday.
It was really nice. I mean, I thought, holy smoke, nobody's ever said that about me. So, might as well take it.
I don't believe that. You're one of those guys, you start talking, you go, I shouldn't be talking to this guy. He's way
Oh,
too
get
smart
out
for
of
me."
here. I guess.
With great power comes great responsibility, sir.
That's right.
Yeah. All I know is when I join you guys, everything I ever believed about me being safe is not true.
That is exactly the right attitude to have. Coming on, Dr. Jim.
Just launching into deep water here. So how have you guys been with the show?
Life's been
Great.
good. Yeah, it's been cooking along. We, we actually get people who tune in, which blows my mind, and we're usually on time.
Usually.
Jack's wearing clothes. These are all like really big things for us.
All good things. Yeah, and Bulldog's updated and upgraded our techno. This live stream is much better than Zoom for what we use it for.
Yep.
And it's also available now on YouTube, clips that he's putting out. So we're getting.
And now you're the Grand Marshal of the parade in Cedarburg. I mean, holy smoke! I was glad to hear that. That's
Yeah. Well, you're the only one, I think. The rest of everybody else is cringing, going, "Oh my God, what does that mean?"
No, you should get like the full flag costume. The Uncle Sam hat. That would fit you perfectly.
I was thinking the Apollo Creed getup from the first Rocky movie.
That's exactly what I was thinking. You could do that.
I am planning on it.
He does it 5 days a week on the show, Jim.
What was I thinking?
Well, tell us what's going on in your world.
Yeah.
Forget the show. What's going on with you? You got big news.
Yeah, I just got done releasing this book, People Development, the best part of leading a team. It follows a couple of other books that I've written. The first one that I wrote was Architects of Change.
There you go.
That's back a while. Then another one that I did, getting IT right. If you have customers or people on this channel that are trying to install new IT systems, this is from my 5 experiences installing huge IT systems, but I boiled it down into layman's language so people could actually understand it.
Fabulous.
Nice.
And this is something you can use, and not only that, but it also shows some of the pitfalls. And then here's one that I just did a little while ago. If your water cooler could talk, I think we talked about that, Jack.
Yep.
You gave me some tips when I was writing this book.
Yep.
So the latest one, I said I wasn't going to write another business book, but here it is, People Development, the best part of leading a team. And it's just really about my experiences helping people develop their work life. And you don't have to spend a lot of money on it. It's just, giving people opportunities and experiences to learn new stuff. Because people spend a third of their life working. And so they kind of want to make sure that counts, including learning new things that'll go beyond just a resume that they can take into a new job if they want to. And the people that I worked with through the years, many of them have gone on to some really high level positions. And I attribute it not just to me, but I think giving them opportunities to say, well, yeah, it's a little scary, but I'll help you get through that. So then they learn something new, and it's like, oh, I can do this, gaining some confidence along the way. So for about the first 2 weeks, it was like #2 on Amazon Kindle. It's
Nice.
dropped
Wow.
down. I mean, Amazon's got millions of books out there,
Mm-hmm.
as you know, Jack, from your writing.
Mm-hmm.
But it was kind of neat to see that, and it sort of dropped off. The first couple of months has been good sales, but
Yeah.
again, I'm just proud of having to be able to do it. It's just I'm not doing any more business books. I told myself that no more, but I've done 5 of them. I think that's enough.
That's more than a lifetime for some people, Dr. Jim. But what makes you, why leadership? How did you come to decide on this topic?
Well, I think the biggest thing is that I think leaders, when they go to like MBA programs, they make it too hard. And I think most of life, including leading people, is pretty much basics, 101 stuff. And we've all heard these things before, but none of us do them really well, like listening well to people, goofy things like following up on a commitment.
Yeah.
Goofy.
This is very controversial, Dr. Jim.
Yeah. Well, the leadership, it seems to me it's become a bigger and bigger, like on Inc.com, or I mean, you see leadership articles all the time. And one of the things that I read, Jim, is that people, like, they'll be a famous head of a company, and he's an asshole, and then everybody acts like an asshole. You know, at first it was Steve Jobs, you know, then, you know, and people, oh, he was nasty, he's hard. Then now it's Elon Musk, you know, and what he does and how everybody is so different, but you shouldn't just, because
don't get me started on Jack Henke.
Yeah. Well, I'm not a leader. I'm just an asshole. But can you talk to that point? Like, some people who think you have to be this tough, men or women. I'm not just singling out
Right.
men for this. What do you say to that when someone says they got to the top, they didn't get to the top by being a sissy, you know, kind of a thing? What?
I think it's more personality based, and not everybody has to be a jerk. I worked with people at Johnson Controls who were fantastic leaders, and I mean leaders that they knew their stuff, they knew it well. They could sit with a bunch of technicians someplace in a lunchroom and feel as comfortable with them as they could with people in a boardroom. Many of them were geniuses that could answer questions. I mean, we did energy management at Johnson Controls. These guys could go down to the molecular level if you asked them. But I think most of them just did some basic things. Again, they listened well to people and paid attention to what people were saying. They didn't make promises that they couldn't keep. They weren't always hyper political, like, you know, having a big agenda. They were all. This goes back to my blue collar roots. Jack, you and I have talked about this before. It was all about getting stuff done. And people respect people that get stuff done. I want to be on a team where stuff is getting done. Yeah, I've worked with a couple of jerks, and I'm not going to name those names here.
Oh, come on.
No. I want to live comfortably in retirement, not in jail. But I think that's just, sometimes people want to throw their weight around just to throw their weight around. But I also think even guys like Musk and Jobs, you don't get the whole story about them. Right. I mean, let's face it, ugly news makes headlines. People like all that stuff. I don't know. Some of the stuff I read about Steve Jobs sounded like he was pretty introspective on some of the things that he dealt with. Mm-hmm. And some of the things that I read about Elon Musk, I think he's got to drive a big organization. And let's face it, this guy is up against the world right now that want him to fail. Yep. They want him to fail. So he's got to be tough on some things. And there's other things that he's done, quite frankly, you just have to do in business. It's just got to be done, because as one of my old bosses used to say, we're not an employment agency. We're not just here to employ people. We're here to make profit. So I think it's more personality based than it is necessarily everybody that got to the top did it by stepping over bodies. I don't believe that. I've worked with too many leaders that were great leaders that I would work with tomorrow because they were so good. And I mean, a couple of them, Harvard educated people, just geniuses, but down to earth. But it goes back to that simple thing of, like I said with my old man, let's get the work done together. Let's celebrate it together. Let's get the rewards together. Those are the people that I love to work with.
Dr. Jim, it's interesting you mentioned the body steppers, because what I've found, because I've worked for a few of those myself, and what is interesting is that it takes time, but that type does tend to implode. I mean, if you have someone who personality wise has issues, and it could be any issue, it could be emotional, it could be psychological, whatever it is, you cannot maintain a leadership role like that forever. It's 5 years or it's 10 years, whatever, but they don't have longevity. Is that true, or is that just an observation that?
Well, that it's true if there are strong people around them that can remove them.
Mm-hmm.
But that depends upon the leadership team they're with.
Yeah,
you got to have people that can say, you know what, Jim Bone's a jerk. We're going to get rid of him, and we have to be able to get rid of him.
yeah.
What I would say is what you're dealing with most of the people you're talking about, they've got narcissistic personality disorder.
Sure. Absolutely.
There's like 10% of leaders that have that.
Yeah.
And all the psychology says that's almost impossible to change in people.
Yeah.
They're so self-absorbed that everything they say has got to be, pontificated and so forth.
What was that you're saying? I was just thinking about myself, daydreaming. Sorry about that.
Didn't you wear a Pope hat one time? I think you did. I remember that. Okay, we got you nailed down, Jack.
His emperor's crown was at the cleaners, so he used the pontiff hat instead. That
Yes.
day.
I was the smoking Pope. That's right.
In more ways than one. So I just think it comes down to every leader needs to be judged on their own merits.
Yeah.
But the thing is, in most of what you'll hear about, like especially on LinkedIn, you hear about the jerks. People are terrible because what it comes down to is people have been injured, they've been hurt, then they got an axe to grind about somebody, and just keep carrying that forward. But that's not true of every leader.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'll just give you one quick example.
Yeah.
I screwed up something so bad one time. I brought wrong data to a leader who was about to go into a very high-level meeting. I had 15 minutes to correct the data. He was like literally at the door. I was handing it to him, and he looked at me, and he was really angry. That night, there was a Christmas event at Johnson Controls. He came up to me, didn't hold that over my head, shook my hand, wished me Merry Christmas, and we kept on going. I mean, he had every right to be angry with me for a long time, but he didn't.
Yeah.
He saw it for what it was. I corrected the problem, and he moved forward. I mean, I'll never forget that as a person that worked for him. And there are lots of leaders like that are just like, okay, you screwed up. We didn't like that. You're going to pay the price for it, but you're going to move forward. I mean, I was there for 33 years. As you can imagine, I had more than my share of mistakes. But there were some leaders that would say, okay, I'm going to hold you to that for the rest of the time you're here. There were a couple of them. We continually remind me of my failure. And then there were others that were like, no, you know what? This is a mistake. You better get it corrected. And believe me, that guy was angry with me that day. Get this fixed now. And he said, you put me in some jeopardy here as I'm going into this meeting. And he was right. I mean, my heart sunk. But again, I continued to work with them, and it was like, okay, we dealt with that. Let's move on. That I don't think you hear a lot about that kind of story.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Jim, who is your book for? Would you say more for potential leaders, or for those who work for, maybe difficult leaders, or conversely good leaders? Who would be or all the above?
This is about people development. This is people development, by the way, in most industry is one of those things where it's kind of a check the box every year. You sit down, you say, okay, managers, fill out your people development forms.
Yeah.
Neither the employee nor the manager is excited about this. I talk about it in here. And so what I said, wait a second, there's really a process for doing it. And you can actually look at this as a badge of honor as a leader and find pleasure in developing people, because you know what, down the road, they get to be stronger leaders. They do cool things.
Yeah.
And sometimes they even call you back and say, thanks. So it's for anybody. I would say even senior leadership can read this book, because again, it's very straightforward. But the goal is for anybody that's leading people that is looking here. And here's the reason why. Employee retention today is almost impossible.
Yeah.
People have options. You guys know about that.
Yep.
And so to retain employees, you got to be able to do things that make them feel like you're interested in their development. You're interested in their learning. You're interested in doing things for them that are going to make them stronger going forward. That's what this is about. It's really for employee retention.
It's great.
So it could be for anybody.
That's
Fantastic.
Jim. Obviously, talking to you, you're smart as hell. But let people know, like, what's your street cred? How did what? Tell us a little about your career, and so that they say you're coming at this from this perspective. Like what said you were at Johnson Controls for 33 years. For people who don't know you, please tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, well, again, I came from a blue collar family. My father could not write his name. He signed with an X. I got into when I was in high school. There were a couple of teachers that sort of said, you might want to try to do something more than just goof off in life. And so, they kind of set the path. And when I was working at Attico Steel out of high school, a guy came up to me and said, "You're too young to be in this factory. I want you to get out and go get an education." There were a couple of other people that said things like that to me. So what I did is I got a job on the drafting board, literally at Johnson Controls. I didn't have any education. So what I did is I went to night school for 10 years,
Oh,
all the way up through my doctorate, my PhD at UW.
Wow.
It's just, again, it goes back to my dad's work ethic, which was you're not done until you're done. Get the job done. And even getting the PhD was that it was more of an exercise in persistence than it was in intelligence. And so there was that. And during the time I was at Johnson Controls, I led teams. I did change management operations where we did things like I was working on a team like this where we did these big IT projects, led customer service team. And I'll brag for just a second. Two of my teams won the highest award in the company. I got multiple merit awards while I was there, but most of it again comes back to stick with the job, get it done, do it right, and don't complain. And the other things that I did along the way, I've worked with nonprofits. In fact, I'm still on the board of advocates in Cedarburg. Very proud of that group.
Yep.
And Barb, by the way, thanks you again for giving her the opportunity because she's doing fantastic work.
she is a dynamo. She's something else.
I've met a lot of leaders in my life. She's like at the top. What she can do with even with local politics is astonishing.
Yeah.
What she gets done. And so other things that I've done in my life, I've worked with, I've been in Europe, I've worked over there, in the Caribbean, I've worked with big pharma. I mean, I've been to almost all the big pharma locations in the United States, Eli Lilly, Bristol Myers Squibb, J&J, worked with high level people, helping them adjust to change. So in the meantime, in the last 10 years since I retired, I've been doing consulting for different organizations. Now I'm working with smaller companies and a lot of family-owned companies, helping them out. Not in it so much for the money, it's just because I want to keep my foot in the water and enjoy doing this work. Mm-hmm. In fact, I've got a new customer that I just got last Friday. So working with a lot of people, what was interesting to me many, many years ago I was on the drafting board, but they asked me to come into a meeting one time back at Johnson. This is like 1980. And while I was there, I was able to lead this meeting. I had some natural skill. I think, Jack, part of it's from being an entertainer. You can kind of read an audience. I really believe that.
Yeah, that's huge.
You're just watching around people losing attention. And at the end of that meeting, the guy said, you've got some skill in this area. And it was like, okay, I think I'm going to move. I want to work with people. Most of what I had done prior to that time was technical stuff, design. I worked on a battery facility when I was at Globe Union. I mean, even before that. So that's some of the stuff that I've done. But again, the last 10 years has been all people stuff.
And the people development, your teachers who spotted you and said that to you, they were doing the people power development on you. I mean, without, you didn't even have it. Yeah. Just think if you didn't have someone kind of saying, come on, you can do this. There's more, we expect more out of you. What a difference that made instead of someone just goes, just get out of it, get through high school.
Because they were in a position of authority where they were respected by me, it was like, you know what, there's something there. I mean, just think about that. That's only a couple of sentences that can change a person's life.
Yeah. Yep.
There was one other thing. There was a friend of mine whose dad was a professor at Marquette University. I really liked that guy. And I said to myself, I'm going to be that guy someday. And I became that guy.
Yeah.
Cool.
But yeah, I think all of us have exemplars or mentors in our life to say, you know what, because for whatever I am in my life, I'm grateful for it. There's always somebody that I look to that's far stronger than me and far better that I want to learn from. I want to be like, and I mean, I think that's just exciting. You either have a choice to say, well, you know what, I'm never going to be that, so just give up, or be inspired to do it. And like you said, Jack, a couple of words like that. I think even especially with high school kids today, you can do this. If you're somebody they respect, they may resist you at that time, but they will pay attention to that and go do
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's interesting because you never know when you are that guy either. I mean, you're just going through your life and going through your day. And next thing you know, someone tells you 30 years later, I was trying to be like you. It's pretty interesting how that works. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Someone wanted to be like you.
Nah, well, you know, this is all theoretical, of course.
Let's not get carried away.
No.
There are limits.
I was pointing outside to a chipmunk out by my grill there. I was pointing.
A little chipmunk's going, oh, look at the cool chipmunk.
I want to be just like you, man.
He's got nuts.
So if tomorrow you see that chipmunk's got headphones on, you'll know.
How did he get my Amazon account? I have no idea. There you go.
Call him Chip Dog. By
There
the
you
way,
go. Chip Dog.
Well, Jim,
do we have a minute to do the song for you guys?
yeah, but before you do, one last thing. Hold your book up and tell people where they can get it.
Yeah, how
Jim,
can they get your
please.
book, man? That's important.
Okay, all these books are available on Amazon.com. Every
Okay.
one of them.
And-
the book
and-
People Development is available on Amazon.com right now. It's $11.99. At Kindle, it's 99 cents.
Oh,
Pretty darn good deal.
absolutely.
And I think you can go out and look at the reviews. There's 13 reviews. I think you'll find that people like what they're seeing. I'm getting people on LinkedIn pointing out that it's a pretty good book as well. So I'm just grateful to have the opportunity. So
Excellent. And your last name, Jim, of people searching, please tell people it's Dr. Jim Bowen.
B as in boy, O-H-N. It's just a good old German name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Bowen.
Jim, love
Great.
to have you at our library sometime for a talk on what you do. If you ever have a space that I think it'd be go over really big.
Well, let's do that. Let's do that. So
All
can
right.
you hear the guitar?
Very well.
Okay, this is for you, Jack. Well, I'm sitting in this airport all alone tonight. Not much to do but read old magazines. Have to miss the night 'cause my plane is in the fog. I should miss my family, but I miss my dog. Well, he never complains about that boring food I give him. He don't say much when things are going wrong. Well, I know it don't seem right, 'cause I'm sitting here tonight. I should miss my family, but I miss my dog. He's as homely as a tree stump, and his ears are long and gray, and his hair is on my furniture to stay. With paws like frying pans, his breath can kill a man, but he's the reason I am here today. He was my pet therapist. Well, I know it don't seem right. I'm sitting here tonight. I should miss my family, but I miss my dog. An old man came up to me as my tears were flowing down. He said, son, do you miss your one and only? I said, sir, you don't understand. I don't miss woman, child, and man. Well, the fact is, I miss my old town. And I know it don't seem right. I'm sitting here tonight. I should miss my family, but I miss my dog. And that's how the song was then. As an ode to man's best friend. I should miss my family, but I miss my dog.
Woo! Now that's the way to kick off a Monday.
Brings a
All
tear
right.
to the eye.
Oh my God. That's
I want
fantastic.
you to just know I wrote that song on my wife's birthday. I don't know that she's ever forgiven me.
You old romantic.
Wow. Well, that wasn't controversial, I'm sure. So,
We worked it out.
got to talk these things through.
As he says to two divorcees.
We didn't.
We had a different way of working it out.
Still got my dog, Jim.
Okay. Well, you
Good
guys
boy.
take care, all right?
All right.
Thank
Excellent.
you, Dr. Jim. So nice to see you.
Thank you
Please
so much.
come
Really
back.
good to see you guys, and take care. And thanks again for the opportunity to talk.
You
It's
bet.
our pleasure.
Thanks for
Absolute
all
pleasure.
for your intelligence and for sharing good things, and also for what you do for advocates of Ozaki.
Absolutely.
Fisher the Diner.
Great
So,
organization. Great
Come by
Absolutely.
anytime. Absolutely.
absolutely.
Always
Take
a
care,
pleasure.
you guys.
Fantastic.
All right.
You too. Take care, Dr.
And Dr. Jim. Dr.
Yes.
Jim Bone of Bone
Of the
Inc.
world.
Of the world. The Caribbean and Europe. And wow, what a great, that's an inspirational guest if I say so my damn self.
Yep. And you didn't want to have him on.
That was you.
No. No, he's fantastic.
Oh,
And
very, very good.
We've known him years now, and
Yeah.
he just always says something either makes you feel smarter or makes you feel better because he's always doing good things. Remember when he had COVID and he still came on to promote the Advocates
Oh, absolutely.
concert?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was
If I would not have come on if I had COVID. I'd have taken a month and a half off.
Right.
So there you
Right.
go. Well, that's a frantic Monday for you there. A heck of a show. That was like a borderline variety show there. My gosh.
Got the shit jammed in there for sure.
Indeed. He crammed it in. And only 7 minutes over. Not too bad.
Excellent.
So that'll work.
So
Tomorrow, speaking of authors, I believe our own Carla Luna will be in town.
oh,
Yep.
okay.
So
Okay,
we're gonna
then.
have her on. Lisa can come on too. We don't have to bump
Yes.
anybody. I think
Right,
this is,
right.
not a problem. We have room in here for 4 squares. We can actually go up to 10 squares. We've never pushed that limit before. I'd like to sometime. If you'd like to be on our show, just reach out.
The Cedarburg squares instead of the Hollywood squares.
Exactly.
Ozaki squares.
I'll be the center square. Anyway, we'll be back tomorrow, everybody. I'm going to push end broadcast, and we are going to get on with our Monday.
Yep.
Say adios to your future Grandmaster, Grand Marshal, Grandmaster.
I like Grandmaster. better.
Grandmaster's a little more of a kung fu. That's more
Oh.
like, I feel more like I should be calling you Sifu. So anyway,
See, what was that one? Sisu.
yeah,
That one.
knife in the head.
Yes.
All right.
There's the costume.
Have a good Monday, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.